Hello and good morning, collective. I haven't spoken to anyone this morning yet. It's 7 a.m. and I've been doing mainly love readings on this channel, but I heard this construction noise faintly in the distance, and I had this urge to do a reading when it comes to working on yourself, like self-discipline. And I'm up so early in the morning. It's not because I'm being disciplined or anything, but I went into the kitchen and I saw that my cousin had made some jollof rice in the evening yesterday, and I cleaned the kitchen and I gave the cats some food. I didn't give them jollof, obviously. I gave them their regular yum yum, and I made myself some tea. I made myself some tea and just decided to stay awake for the rest of the day. So I'm channeling for a collective at the moment. Well, I had self-work in mind, like working on yourself one-on-one on a timer, working on your self-discipline, working on your self-worth is what I'm hearing. And we have the first three cards coming out in the reverse, which are the Ten of Swords, as well as the Ten of Cups, so two tens standing for completion, as well as the King, who is also the highest when it comes to the suits, the court cards. But the first two cards are telling me that there's a negative energy when it comes to self-worth, self-discipline. So some of y'all might be recovering from an event that really shattered you emotionally. Your dreams could have not been like, okay, we're getting the Queen of Swords now. Okay, so with the sword energy, we're usually, so Ten of Cups means something that you really wanted, a dream that you wanted didn't come true, and it really hurt you, but you're in a energy of it. We can go nowhere but up by Justin Bieber. You might want to listen to that song, because I did want to talk about the swords here, usually standing for the mind, the intellect, an idea, like just something about communication, right? It's the air element, so Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. But when we have a king and a queen coming out like this could, okay, I'm getting so many images now. So for some of you, this could be a relationship that has really messed with your self-worth. For others of you, this could be a disagreement between your masculine and feminine energy when it comes to finishing a project, finishing a mental endeavor, finishing just something that has to do with your mind, your ideas, your creative realm, right? So there's an imbalance here. But for the other half, I would say this is a relationship that fell through and that was really connected to dreams that you had. Yeah, you were bound to this person, you were bound to this idea, and it falling through has shattered your self-worth. The way you have talked to yourself has changed because of it, okay? But I am seeing a positive change, because I was thinking I hear the construction noise in the background, right? And if I had the windows closed, okay, just work with me here. Just listen to me. If I had the windows closed, if I was asleep, if I hadn't been awake, I wouldn't have seen the work being done in the background. So some of the work you are doing on yourself, exactly, we have the Tower coming out here. Usually when it comes out in the reverse like this, it's external forces, like disruptive change, forcing you to like change your circumstances. Like it's like an upheaval, it's chaos, you know, it's discord. All of a sudden you realize something based on an external event. But what I was gonna say is that a lot of the work that you are doing, a lot of the work that you are putting in is invisible. You don't even see it yourself. You're working on yourself. Okay, yeah. So, okay, we have the Three of Pentacles coming out. A lot of the work you're doing on yourself, you cannot even, like, it's going on in the background. You can't see it. So these are the last cards for the tarot I'll pull. We have the Seven of Wands coming out here as well as the Three of Pentacles. This energy that you're putting in, even if it's going on in the background, it will shine outwardly, okay? So all the work you have been putting into getting better, becoming a better you, no matter what that might entail, when it, for example, like me, just getting up early in the morning to start your day and do something. Maybe it means working on an idea, a project that you've had for a long time, or recovering from a relationship that really influenced the way you talk to yourself, really influenced your happiness is what I'm hearing. You might have been in a codependent relationship, or you've been really unhealthily attached to this project, to this idea. It was really influencing your emotions, but you're entering a new phase. This is due to the background work you are doing on yourself. 555 on the timer when I just saw it. Let me take a sip of my tea. You have more compassion for yourself now. You're looking at your issues or these emotions that you have with a much more calm and just more sympathetic attitude towards yourself. You have sympathy for yourself. It's like you're caring for yourself as a child, or like a mother would for her child. So you're taking care of your inner child, and this newfound emotion for yourself, this newfound compassion for yourself is going to lead to changes in your outer and inner environment is what I'm hearing. And even if it's hard, even if working on yourself and developing the self-discipline, developing this emotional maturity is hard, that energy that you will emit, that energy of change, that energy of opportunity for progress is what I'm hearing, for rebirth, transformation, you know. When you surrender, you will pull in the right energies that will help you realize what you wanted to reach in the very first place, the dreams that you weren't able to, wait, let me show it to you like this. The dreams you weren't able to fulfill, you will be able to see progress, because the changes happening right now, some of them you can't see them. They're going on in the background. Maybe you're asleep. You didn't wake up early enough to see the things being built on within, you know. But at one point you will. This card, sorry for stuttering like this, but it's hard to get my words out right now with all these pictures coming up. But what I'm seeing is that you are expanding in more than one way. So some of you might be moving overseas. Some of you just might be expanding like your friendship circle. Some of you might be finding, this is really a unique message, but some of you might be finding out things about yourself that you didn't know before. All right, so this is it for the tarot cards, but I want to pull some more clarifiers. All of the cards around me though are catered towards love, or like for love readings, so I'm just trying to figure out what deck to use, but I think this one's calling to me. So let's use it once, twice. Okay, I just heard something fall down in the distance. It reminded me of the Tower card. So something might be shifting in your material and inner reality quite soon, maybe before the end of the year. This is just coming through intuitively. Yes, we have healing. So exactly, the Queen of Cups and the Devil next to each other. It's like having compassion for your darker sides, having compassion for the emotions that you might not be proud of. And there's a saying, I'm not sure how it's called in English, but in German, die Wahrheit wird euch freisprechen. So it's basically like the truth will set you free. And being true to yourself and your emotions is granting you a freedom that is making it much easier for you to see different perspectives. So you have a long-term vision, at least you're developing it right now. So I'm sensing a lot of emotional maturity. You're growing. Exactly. We have all these cards of freedom coming out here, all these cards of spiritual as well as mental and also physical, but more so mental expansion. I'll read them to you, but I feel like there's one more card that wants to come through here. It's just taking a while to come out, but I can feel it. So let's give it some time. There we go. Patience. You can't make it up. You can't make that stuff up. Oh my Lord. 10-10 on the timer. All right, so we gave it some time. We had compassion, and the card patience popped out. So this is what you have with yourself right now. So you're really patient with your own shadow attachments, is what I'm hearing, with your own destructive behavior. You recognize that you're just a human being trying to understand their way around in this world until they leave it, you know. And it's that kind of attitude has really helped you, and it will continue helping you. But let's read these cards, okay? So we start with healing. You are in the process of healing. Give yourself the time and space you need. Have you been neglecting your emotional or physical health? Prioritize self-care and allow yourself to recover fully. This is why I was comparing the 3D and 5D, the material plane, as well as the mental or metaphysical plane. You, 1115 on the timer, should be working right now, or I don't want to tell you what to do. I'm just guiding you in a certain direction, but there's so many paths that you can take, right? But what I'm hearing is that you've done enough to find balance within your emotions. What you could work on at the moment is finding balance between your body and mind. So there's a disconnect between your mind and body, your physical body and your physical mind, right? And bridging the gap between those two is going to make you feel more whole. It's going to accelerate the healing process for you. So this is just something that you can be aware of. The healing process takes a while, so you're never going to be perfect immediately. There's change is something consistent, like not consistent, is what I want to say. 12-12 on the timer. So there's a lot of couple numbers. This could really, so this is just how we love. Maybe you're interested. I'm a bit all over the place, but all of these things that I start and not finish, all these sentences are connected to the same theme. So just bear with me here. You might be interested in The Art of Loving, or what is it called? Die Kunst des Liebens by Erich Fromm. He basically talks about, if you love yourself, you are able to love anyone in this world, even a person that's not your type, even a person that's a different, like, just not your type, that you wouldn't usually go for. So self-love is the first union that leads to divine union, basically. The union within leads to a union on the outside of yourself. And I think you're understanding that, and that's why you're pulling in more aligned unions with yourself. So this has turned into a bit of a love reading, but what I'm talking about here is love in general. This could be a pet, the cat distribution system, choosing you, you know, or new people coming into your life. You might get a kid, or if you don't want that, then God forbid, right? Or it could just be love. But take it as it resonates. What is coming though is freedom. So let's move on to that card, mental freedom especially. Freedom is about following your inner voice. Have you been feeling trapped by responsibilities? Release those burdens and follow what makes you feel free, light, and alive. And the third card is enlightenment. You are on the path to enlightenment, discovering higher truths. Have you noticed a recent shift in your awareness? Continue following this light. It will lead you to greater wisdom. And the last card we pulled was patience. Patience is key to achieving your goals. Have you been feeling restless? Trust in the process and wait for things to unfold. Great outcomes take time. This is exactly what I was saying. So a lot of the progress you are making right now, collective, you can't really see it because it's happening in the background. It's like when you plant a seed, I know it's tempting to watch it grow, watch it like sprout and grow into a plant, but most of the process most of the process it takes for the plant to actually grow happens in the background without you ever, 1441 on the timer, ever seeing it. Same as watching a pot boil water. It's going to take much longer if you watch it. So just be patient with yourself during this time of healing, of working on yourself, and trust the process. Trust that you will see the results, that the work you are putting on your, like the work you are investing into yourself, the energy you are investing into yourself is basically resulting in like man, I lost my train of thought, because I just had a person, like a picture of a person trying to get you to, okay, how can I, oh, Jesus. So you might have energies in your energy that are trying to pull you back, like old friendships, old lovers. I'm sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. So you might be, these connections might be really distracting to you. They might be hindering your self-growth, like the working on yourself a little bit, because they completely just took away from my autonomy, is what I'm hearing. Like my mental clarity, the way I communicate. Whoa. Okay. I pulled some more clarifiers, and the first one that came out is don't look back. Okay, yeah, I may be feeling nostalgic about several things in my past, but I know I have the power to move forward. Then I have choices. I don't have to be stuck in something that no longer fits. I have choices always. And I am worthy. I deserve more than just a comfortable and easy life. I am worthy of so much more. Whoa, okay. So this is the last card. Oh wow, okay, yeah. I'll pull. Creating new habits. I am strong enough to turn bad practices into good habits. I'm the creator of my own life. So what I'm getting right now is that these past situations, these past relationships that you found yourself in might have been really toxic. With the devil coming out in the upright, we could be looking at codependent relationships that have obscured the relationship you had with yourself. I'm seeing you became a stranger to yourself. I have this picture attached to my wall here that I frequently look at when channeling the collective, and this is, you might really identify with this woman or with this figure here, and their view is obscured with things that almost seem plastered on. So, and you can see she's covered with things, like her clothing doesn't look like it's part of herself. So it feels like you were hidden to yourself, is what I'm hearing, and almost drowning. And usually you can swim in deep waters, but the waters you found yourself in, collective, they made it hard for you to see who you are and the path ahead, is what I'm feeling. I'm just attaching it back to my pin thing here, the wall. Anyway, so keep working on yourself, because you have a lot to look forward to. We had the Three of Wands as the bottom deck energy. And okay, so because we had the devil coming out, I usually don't use this many decks, but because we had the devil coming out and you developing with the Queen of Cups in the upright, you developing some sort of understanding towards your own shadow aspects, towards the feelings that you might be ashamed of, shame and guilt, just being more sympathetic towards yourself. I'd like to pull one demon of the day that has some advice for you. So we have, oh God, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation for this, but Chemias, whatever. Education is a powerful weapon in the right hands. How can you use what you know to accomplish your goals? So again, you are very much in your headspace at the moment. With all this sword energy developing into a more watery, intuitive energy, try to manage this head and body relationship. Try to use your knowledge to your own advantage, collective. Make sure that you stay in a logical but nurturing energy towards yourself, and don't be hard on yourself at this moment. You are going through a really profound transformation here. Don't forget we had the Tower coming out in the upright, and yeah. And okay, so I keep pulling out more ideas, so I feel really connected to you. I want to roll this. This is usually something I use for myself when I'm feeling a bit listless, you know, but I do feel like doing something, I just don't know what. I roll this dice that takes away, that gives me a decision to make, basically. So Okay, so I was sensing that you might be, we have play with pets coming out, and this dice has like all these different activities like crafts and reading, journaling, gardening, exercising, walking in nature. And the one we had coming out for you is play with pets. This could just mean connecting with your inner child, or actually taking time to play with your pets if you have any. Maybe you can go out in nature and watch some birds. I also take this just reconnecting with nature, connecting with animals, connecting with your inner child. Yeah, something like that. So that also helps you get out of your mind and into your body. Play is very important for human beings, and most of us don't learn how to play properly in childhood because most of our parents don't know how to play properly, but that's a different topic. Anyway, you're doing well, collective. I'm really glad to have channeled you. If you like this reading, leave it a like, show me some support, maybe subscribe to my channel. I'm pretty new on here, and leave me some feedback. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.